Saudara-saudari, sewaktu lawatan Presiden Amerika Syarikat Barack Obama ke Malaysia baru-baru ini, Datuk Seri Najib telah mengeluarkan suatu kenyataan. Ingat tak apa kenyataan itu tentang kes ini? Dia kata bahawa pendakwaan ke atas Datuk Seri tiada kaitan dengan kerajaan. Ingat tak? Dan beliau menegaskan bahawa aduan polis yang dibawa kepada perbicara ini itu difailkan oleh Saiful, dan beliau juga kata bahawa ini adalah suatu private matter. Do you remember that? Di antara Saiful dan Datuk Seri. Adakah kenyataan ini benar? Mengapa? Sebab kes ini bawa ke Mahkamah Rayuan oleh siapa? Oleh AG, oleh pihak kerajaan, betul tak? So, saudara-saudari, of course, Barack Obama is a lawyer. I'm not sure whether he bought that story at all. Because Datuk Seri was acquitted at the first instance, you must remember that, in the High Court. He was found guilty only on appeal. That happens, but it doesn't happen very often. Normally, the High Court judge's judgment is maintained, particularly when there are findings of fact. So, many people think this is a political prosecution, yeah? Pada pandangan saya, ia jelas bahawa ini adalah suatu political prosecution. I kata persecution lah. Hal ini bukan sahaja berlaku ke atas Datuk Seri Anwar, tetapi juga kepada pemimpin-pemimpin parti pembangkang. Apabila kebanyakan mereka ramai daripada mereka telah didakwa di bawah akta apa? Akta mana? Akta sedition, akta hasutannya, dan juga akta perhimpunan awam, perhimpunan aman. Saudara-saudari, this is an attack on our parliamentary democracy, because the prosecution against Datuk Seri Anwar, and as Zunar says, it isn't about Datuk Seri Anwar, it is about what he represents. He is the leader of the opposition. He has been fighting charges since 1998, 16 years, yeah? 16 tahun. And my heart goes out to his family, to Iza. I don't know how she can smile, and sometimes. And they have kept such a brave front for so many years. So on a humanitarian basis, our heart goes out to them. It is not easy for them to face what they're facing. Saudara-saudari, apakah bukti bahawa perkara ini adalah suatu konspirasi? Suatu konspirasi, ya? These are some of the indications, ya? Ingat tak bahawa Saiful Bukhari telah pun mengaku bahawa dia telah pergi menemui Datuk Seri Najib Razak? Ingat? Tetapi apabila pihak peguam Datuk Seri Anwar telah pun cuba subpoena Datuk Seri Najib, ia telah ditolak oleh Mahkamah Tinggi. They were not allowed to call Datuk Seri Najib and Datuk Seri Rosmah as witnesses, although the meeting was very, very close to the time the alleged act took place. And the defense was taking the position that this was a conspiracy. So they wanted to call Datuk Seri Najib. Can you remember the reason given by Datuk Seri Najib why he saw Saiful? Ingat tak? Apa? Scholarship, kan? Ya. So, tetapi coincidence yang besar lah. because it happened very, very close to the alleged act. Yang kedua, and this is only some, why did the Mahkamah Rayuan, mengapakah Mahkamah Rayuan dengan segera putuskan pada hari yang sama, ya, apabila when they made the decision, by 7 o'clock they made the decision of 5 years imprisonment. Why? On that day, that Friday, ingat tak? That's when MH370 took place that night. Because Monday or Tuesday, was it Tuesday, was going to be nomination day for the Kajang by-election. Coincidence? Lagi satu coincidence lah. Second coincidence. Then you have Section 377A. Nobody heard of this section before 1998. Section 377A merupakan suatu section yang sangat jarang digunakan and very rarely used. Section 377A. It is reserved for Datuk Sri Anwar special. You can rename it. Rename Section 377A. Because maybe there are 1 or 2 other cases I've heard of, not reported, but I've heard of, where they use this section. In how many years? Only Datuk Sri Anwar faces this. Saudara-saudari, you cannot change perception. At the end of the day, the judiciary enjoys the confidence of the public because of what they do. You cannot demand respect. It's earned. Now, I didn't read Zunar's book till I came and sat here. Some of it is pretty outrageous, as usual. I may not agree with everything that he says, but he is expressing, as a lay person, his frustration with the system. That's what this book represents, where I'm concerned. Now, to me, it is not Datuk Sri Anwar who is on trial. To me, it is the administration of justice in Malaysia that is on trial. The world is watching. The world is watching this trial. In fact, maybe it should be televised so that all of Malaysia can see when the matter goes before the federal court. And we hope that the federal court will reaffirm our faith in the judiciary. And they will do the right thing and decide this case on the law and the facts. That's what we are hoping for. Now, saudara-saudari, there is no doubt in my mind that this attack on the opposition, I mean, for goodness sakes, fight them in the elections. Kan? You already have the elections in your favor. You're doing 101 things to make sure that you win the elections. You've already got 153 seats. What are you worried about? You're so scared of Datuk Sri Anwar? So scared of the opposition that you've got to go after him? You've got to go after members of the opposition? Is that fair? It's actually an attack not just on parliamentary democracy, it is an attack on our federal constitution. Serangan ke atas perlembagaan persekutuan. So, what are we going to do? This is what Zunar says, and I'm reading the last bit of his book. He says, ingat, dalam perjuangan tidak ada hero. Setiap kita ibarat setitis air di lautan, apabila bersatu mampu mencipta tsunami. Bertindak sekarang. That's the message. That's the message that Zunar wants us to carry with us. He wants us to spread. So this whole think about the Anwar trial? What does it represent to Malaysians? I remember in 1998, when they first brought the charge, I was shocked at the language that they used in the charge. You remember that, of course. Horrifying. Really disgraceful, I would say. And I remember reading someone writing in at that time, saying that this trial, this charge, the way they went about it, took away the innocence of the nation. Took away our dignity, actually. It is so undignified. How much more of this undignified behavior